Our story starts in the capital of the North, England's second city, Manchester, in the year 2000. And it starts here with a young promising footballer by the name of Adam Roscoe, who was on the books at Burnley up until his 18th birthday, when the club decided he wasn't good enough and they released him. Now there's a few reasons Adam wasn't good enough, mainly because instead of concentrating on his skills and his technique and improving as a footballer, he was going out nearly every night, clubbing with his mates, trying to pull the sexiest girls he could. Now there's nothing wrong with that. All young men like to pull sexy ladies, but it was about to bite this young man right in the arse, because his most recent conquest, Eve, had fallen pregnant. Not with one baby, but with two. She'd given birth to twin boys, and she'd named them Cain and Abel. Now Adam did what any respectable young father should do. He got himself a job and decided it was time to grow up. He became a forklift truck driver at a local Amazon warehouse. He put a ring on Eve's hand and bought a terraced house on the east side of Manchester. Now Cain and Abel were as close as any brothers could be. Anywhere Cain was, you'd find Abel, and if you saw Abel, Cain wasn't far behind. Growing up in East Manchester, it wasn't easy. They didn't always have money. Mum and Dad didn't always have the money to give them everything they wanted, but what they did have was love. A loving family unit, and they had each other, and that was all they needed. Now Adam knew his sons were gifted footballers, but he didn't want them to go down the wrong path like him. He wanted them to concentrate on their skill, concentrate on their technique, and they practiced every day, and they rose through the ranks of all the local teams until they signed for Denton Youth and won the national championship. Now Adam wanted his boys to experience proper old school family football growing up, so he brought his two lads up to be Stockport County fans. So when Stockport said they wanted to sign them as youth players, both lads jumped at the chance to play for the club they supported. And it wasn't long before both lads had made their first team debut for Stockport County. But after a couple of seasons, the big teams were sending their scouts out because Cain and Abel were making a name for himself. They were scoring goal after goal after goal. Now the first club they visited was the world's biggest club, Manchester United. They went to the Carrington training ground, they got shown around all the facilities, and both boys really enjoyed it. But they wanted to cover all their bases and check all their options, and next on the list was Manchester City. Now Manchester City isn't the biggest club in the world, but it's financially backed by very wealthy owners, and what it does have is the world's best training facility. Young Cain was blown away by how amazing this place was, and he didn't have to give it a second thought. He sat down at the table and he stuck his name on that contract and signed a deal with Manchester City. But growing up in that little terraced house, these two boys had dreamed about playing together, and when they were young lads they made a pact that they'd always play together. No matter what, they had to stay in the same team. They were going to win Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues, even a World Cup together one day. And no matter what the circumstances, the other would always be there for them. They'd sign that deal. If the other didn't want to sign, they wouldn't sign. But Cain had signed that contract with Manchester City, and as he looked over to his brother, he knew something was wrong. Abel, what's wrong, mate? You're looking like you're not going to sign this contract. I don't know, our kid. I'm not feeling it. I just don't feel comfortable. What do you mean? This is Man City. This is the best training facility in the world. This is the opportunity that me and you have dreamed of, to sign for a team that can challenge for all major honours at the best facility together. Me and you, our kid. I know, Cain, but my gut is telling me, no, it's telling me this is the wrong decision and that I should go to Manchester United. So what you're saying to me, Abel, is that our lifelong dream, a pact we made as little boys, you're going to turn your back on it. You turn your back on that, you turn your back on me. If that's how you want to look at it, Cain, then you look at it that way. But I've got to do what's right for me for once. Well, I can promise you this, Abel, I will never speak to you again if you sign for Manchester United. If you become a rival of mine, I'll spend my entire career trying to make sure it's better than yours. Bring it on, Cain. And within the hour, young Abel had signed his deal with Manchester United. Now over the next few years, the brothers didn't speak. Christmases were a little bit awkward, and the boys rose through the ranks of their respected teams, coming up through the youth teams and straight into the first teams just before their 18th birthdays. So there we had it. Two brothers falling out over a broken promise. One signed for Manchester City, one signed for Manchester United. Who's going to have the best career? Well, we're going to find out, because this is the story of Cain and Abel. Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to the channel, and welcome to Cain and Abel, another story-based Wonderkid experiment really. A lot of bit of fun. I like adding a bit of depth to these experiments. It makes me care more, I'll be honest with you. Because normal experiments kind of bore me, so hopefully you're enjoying it. I've made two already, Liverpudlian triplets and the Wenger boys. I'll put links in the description. This one's a little bit different. So basically it's two brothers. We made a pact to always stay together. And that pact's been broken by Abel. Cain's turned his back on him and vowed to have a better career than Abel. Abel's accepted that challenge, and we're just going to fly through it and see who had the best career. I mean, I don't know. I know when they retired, I just kept saving it. So I'm going to look at it with virgin eyes, like you. I enjoy doing it that way. My money's kind of on Cain, because he's at City. You know, they tend to do better than United on these modern football managers. But, you know, hopefully you're going to enjoy it. And if you do, please smash the like button. Help support me and my channel on the episode. If you're new, hopefully by the end of it you'll be a subscriber. And if you're already a subscriber, as always, thanks for watching another one of my videos. You're an absolute legend. Thank you very much. Right then, shall we get into it? Well, we're going to start the story here with their father, Adam Roscoe. Now, Adam is going to be their agent. Now, in the first one I did with the Liverpudlian triplets, we had their dad in the game. He was their manager at Tranmere, but once he sold them, he retired and he was gone. And they had so-so careers. One had a pretty decent career, one was pretty average, and so on. And with the second one, the Wenger boys, they started out life in Chile. They didn't put their dad in the game, but they had a very good friend and agent who really cared about him and looked after him. And even though they all had -10 potential, all three of them lads turned out really good. So I thought we'd put the two together in this one and have their dad also as their agent. And there we go, there's Adam Roscoe. I've made sure that he shouldn't hire anyone else. It's his two boys and no one else. He's going to hopefully look after him and hopefully keep him at Manchester United and Manchester City. And it's with Manchester City we're going to start. And this is Cain Roscoe, the first of the two brothers. Now he's 17 and he's played at county for a few years, got into the county first team, and then obviously at a young age the big clubs came calling and he chose Manchester City. Of course, you've seen the beginning, you know what's going on, and he's a pretty good player. Again, he's got -10 potential, so even though he's starting off well, his career could go off the skids, or it could go really well. Fingers crossed he's going to stay at Manchester City and compete with his brother. He's English, he's got no caps or anything yet. What a clean slate with that. I want to see how well they do for England, see who gets the most caps, see who can score the most for England if they can get in the England team, because a lot of managers nowadays play one striker. So who's going to win? Who's going to get in the England team? Will some managers develop more positions for him as the years go on? You know, sometimes you'll see them develop so they can play out wide. We'll have to wait and see though. But yeah, Cain Roscoe, he's on 10 grand a week. I think he's got a 4-year deal at the moment, and he's worth 68 million already. Let's look at his history, and you'll see there. Look, he's been playing in the National League North, played more games as the years rolled on. Last year he had a great season, scored 34 goals in 35 games. Eh? That's not bad, is it? Now he's at Manchester City. Now he's in the big leagues. We'll have to wait and see if he can get straight in the team. One thing I've found interesting is when I've made these guys, like I've made the others, they've got the father there, Adam Roscoe's father, Pep Guardiola, who's the manager who signed him, Gareth Southgate, who the England manager is. He likes all them. But Abel is his brother. But because I've made them hate each other as well, he's not showing up as a favoured personnel. So it's not on there, but honestly, they're brothers. So they are. The computer knows they are brothers. It's just not going to show up because he's not favourite personnel. He hates his brother. He hates him for turning his back on him and going signing for Manchester United. And obviously he wants to win trophies and all that. And what I've tried to do is make sure his focus is with City. So he's got a preference to play for City, don't want to play for United, and he don't want to go to any of the other big leagues, hopefully. That can still happen. He's got a preference to not go to any other team that could possibly afford him. And you can't see him moving in England either, so unless City want to get rid of him, he shouldn't go anywhere. Over to Abel Roscoe, the brother who followed his heart, and he's not stupid. He signed for the biggest team in the world. He just felt right at United. I know he made a pact when they were kids, but he didn't take it as seriously. Obviously, as his brother, Cain took it very seriously. But you know what? He's going to take that challenge up. Your brother don't want to talk to him. He's fine with that. He's going to try his best to put United back on top and win more trophies and score more goals than his brother. And at the minute, he's worth 68 million too. He's on the same money, 10 grand a week, 4-year deal. And he's the same player pretty much. But who's going to win this? Who's going to do better? Get involved down below. I love this. I love it when people actually make the effort and comment and say, right, I think this, I think that. Yeah, I like that. So get involved. Quickly, we'll look at his history. And again, he's been playing with his brother scoring goals. Last year, he scored 33 goals in 33 games. Goal a game. But when we go forward with this, when we add up the goals at the end, we're not going to take the Stockport stuff into consideration. It's from the day they fell out. But I'm excited. What are they going to do, these two lads? And just to show you, it's polar opposite of his brother when it comes to he wants to play for United and not City. And like his brother, he's got no interest in going abroad. He wants to stay here and spend his whole career here, hopefully. And again, look, there's his agent, his dad, just like his brother. There's his dad there. He loves Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because he's signed him. And he too loves the current England manager. It's a bit of arse licking to try and get an England team, innit? Now, this is the first season preview, and City are the favourites, United third. I've done a million things like this now, and very rarely United do well. They did okay in the Wenger boys, because they had a couple of the Wenger boys in the team. But other than that, it's usually City and Liverpool battling it out. That's why I'm probably swaying towards Cain. But if any of you think Abel can do it, fair play, comment down below. I'm not sure, I'll be honest with you. Just from experience, I just think Kane's probably got the best options, because it's going to be about the supporting cast. Not only the managers they have and the tactics they play in, but who's around them. And City will probably buy great players. United will too. It's the supporting cast going to help him score goals, eh? I'm excited. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump forward to 21, then probably about 26, 27, and then probably come in at the end of the career. So let's get in that time machine and we'll jump forward. How many years is it? About 4 or 5 years. Let's check it out. And we'll start here with Cain. It is 2022. He's 21. His birthday is in September, so he's about to turn 22. And he's been at City now for a while. He's played 131 games, scored 75 goals, and he's definitely improved as a footballer. What else has improved is his contract. He's now worth 87 million. He was worth 68, and he's on 275 grand a week now. And he's got a 3-year deal at the minute. So, you know, he's signed that big-time contract. He's a millionaire. If we look at his England caps, he's got 46. He's scored 43 goals. Well, looking at his history, I mean, that first year he didn't play all year. He probably worked his way into that team, didn't he? But when he did play, he scored a goal every other game and had a great average rating. And then since then, he's been banging them goals in. Last year, he scored under 20, but that could be for any reason. But he played every league game. So fair enough. The year before, he finished that season with an 8.10 average rating. And when it comes to the awards, I'm going to round the good ones up at the very end of the video because there's millions. They win like Player of the Week and the list is endless. I've learnt that from the last video. So we're going to have a look at the honours basically each time. And straight away he's winning a lot of stuff. I mean, won the Charity Shield, he's won a Premier League, he's won a Champions League, World Champion already, Premier League, FA Cup. England European Football Championship winners. So he's won an international competition. That's amazing. Won more Premier Leagues. Came third in the Confederations Cup. Super Cup winner, World Cup winner again. I mean, this kid has won so much. Already leaps and bounds ahead. And that's what I mean at Manchester City. They just do well nowadays, don't they? Has his brother got a chance? Well, this is his brother, Abel Roscoe, who's still at Manchester United. And he's improved, I think, just as much as his brother. He's worth 88 million and his dad sorted him out a better deal, hasn't he? Not only has he got an extra year on his deal, but he's got 75 grand a week more, so he's laughing. He's just laughing a little bit. Right, brother, you might win more, maybe. But I'm earning more. Happy days. But he's such a good player, isn't he? 144 games, 82 goals. He's played 30 times for England and scored 17, so yeah, maybe his brother's nudging him out when it comes to international football. When it comes to competitions, yeah. I kind of thought this. United are playing catch-up, you know. Different simulations, United can catch up because they've got the money to. All depends on who they buy. I'm going to have a look actually at the managers are because that can make a massive difference. But he's come runners up quite a bit. And what's he won? He's won the UEFA Under-21 Championship with England. And he won the Euros as well, but then gone back down to the Under-21. So he's flirting. So he's done alright, but he's lost an FA Cup. He's run up in the Champions League. Probably against City, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's got to hurt, man. That's got to hurt. Oh, Cain said he was going to do his brother in, and he started off pretty well. So when Cain won his first Champions League, he beat his brother in the final and then went on and won it again 2 years later. Just looking at the club page though, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's still in charge. And he's a good manager on here now. They've given him a bit of a boost and I've seen him do better. But Man City always start with Pep Guardiola, who in real life is amazing, but he always gets freaking sacked on this game. Fair play, Pep. Maybe Cain Roscoe's keeping him in his job, but he's still there. For how long, I don't know, but he's done alright for himself. He's won a lot of trophies. And the dad's not brought anyone else in. He's still just looking after his lads. He's just gutted he can't get them to, can't knock their heads together, sort it out. Do you know what I mean? All these years and they haven't spoke after being so close. But they're still battling it out. But at the minute, looks like Cain is going to have one up on his brother. Right, we've jumped forward another 5 years. They're now 26, nearly 27, about to hit their peak. And here we are with Cain Roscoe, who's still at Manchester City. He's now played 305 games and scored 196 goals. For England, he's played 102 times and scored 78 goals. Looks like he's still the main man for England, and he's a great player. You know, he's peaking now, and his ability is there for you to see. Great technique, finishing, can dribble, got some pace. He's fit, he's agile, flair off the ball, composure, all the skills you need to be a great striker. And if we go over to his playing history, I mean, he had that blip last time we looked, didn't we? When he only got under 20 goals. Since then, he's scored over 20 goals every year. Not only that, his average rating has been over an 8. So, I mean, he's doing well, but I'm guessing the cast around him must be good. But before we look at some of that quality, Antonio Conte is the manager now. Pep Guardiola always gets a sack eventually, even when he does well. And he's not even the most expensive player in the City squad. That honour goes to Kylian Mbappe. Hey, probably the best player in the game. You get him. He's great until he's an old man. Wow, so you've got some talent here. Look, Phil Foden's a great player now. Let's look at Mbappe. I mean, him and Roscoe up top, him and Cain, going to destroy everyone, aren't they? And that talent is just winning in trophy after trophy after trophy. I mean, Champions League, Premier League, Carabao Cup. I mean, the list just keeps going on, doesn't it? It keeps us winning and winning and winning. Although they did lose the European Championship, so they didn't retain the title. They won it when he was younger, and they've lost it. Over to his brother, and he's still at Manchester United. He's played 318 games and scored 179 goals. That's pretty sweet. And look at him now. I forgot to look at Cain, but Abel can play in multiple positions, which is probably handy because it looks like his brother's England's number one. Although he has scored 70 goals in 87 games still. That's pretty good. He's still earning more than his brother. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's gone. They finally replaced him, maybe brought in one of the best young managers on this game, stat-wise. I don't know about real life. He's at Paris Saint-Germain in real life. If we just check on some of the supporting cast, it's still alright. Got Dembele, Lamar, Rashford's on his way out, is he? Not playing though, is he? Roscoe's playing. Abel, Roscoe's playing. He's just not winning nowhere near as much because you can scroll through about 3 pages of Cain's glory. And that's it. That's that one page. But he's just won the FA Cup. And they've just won the Premier League, so they're obviously getting better. They've got there now. They finally won a Premier League. He's won a Europa League. Well, this is the England page, and Paulo Fonseca's the manager. I just want to know, what kind of formation does he play? Well, he plays with one up top, and it looks like Cain's winning the race. And Abel's is stuck out on the wing. Harry Kane's been stuck out on the other wing. But you know what? They're not done bad, have they? They still win stuff. They're winning stuff, which England in real life don't do. 2013 is a reason why I've loaded up this save file, because when I look back, there was a World Cup happening. It's quite an important World Cup. Now, the lads are 29, about to turn 30 when the new season starts, so they're at the height of their powers. And they're both still at their clubs. Cain's still at City, Abel's still at Man United. The dad's still their agent. He's still looking after his boys. But how are they going to do in the World Cup? Well, first up, they played Colombia and drew 2-2. Cain got the goal. Holdsworth is a regen. I checked him out before because I wondered who he was. He's a pretty good regen, and he's a Man United regen, to be fair. But it looks like they're switching because Cain actually played out on the wing, and Abel played up top. Next up, it was the second group game, and the last group game, because it's a new World Cup system. They play 2 games. Abel scored, Stephen Hunt scored, and Cain scored. Abel played up top and got man of the match. In the second round, they drew Mali, beat them 2-0. Cain got the goal, Stephen Hunt got the other goal. I don't think Abel played. On to the third round, and they drew Chile. Chile, remember, I've got the Wenger boys. These videos, I'm keeping them in the same universe, so every time I add some lads, I just build it upon the previous database. So you've got the Wenger boys there, so that's going to be a tough task to beat them, but they did with a goal from a lad called Joel Edge. The Roscoe boys played, but they weren't great with it. While World Cups feel longer, and anyway, they got through to the quarterfinals and they drew Mexico, beating them, battering them 4-0. Cain scored, Hunt scored, and this Joel Edge lad scored again. Where's Abel gone? Has he got injured? Because if he has, that's disappointing. Next was the semi-final against an old rival, Germany. And yet Abel, where is he? Oh, he's come off the bench. Just Joel Edge guys pushed him out near the end. But he came off the bench and he scored 2 goals. Dele Alli got the other 2. Well done, Abel. And they won it, beating Italy 2-0. The boys are world champions. They said they'd do this. And I mean, how hard would it be for them to not hug each other? But they didn't. They hate each other. It's been years since they've spoken. They haven't spoken since they were what? 14, 15? It's been a long, long time. The lads are nearly 30. It's nearly half their life they've had this feud going. Shame neither of them scored in the World Cup final, but the world champions. We've jumped forward another 5 years, and Adam's not got anyone on his books. Now, the lads are coming towards the end of the career. They're 34, nearly 35, but I'm pretty sure they're still at the teams. Maybe they're retiring soon, I'm not sure. I'm going to have a look at their careers, but maybe they've just sacked their agent off towards the end. Maybe they had a row with their dad. He's a bit annoying. He can be a bit annoying, but he's a good-looking bastard, isn't he? How handsome is he? Well, here we are with Cain, and he is 34 years old, still at Manchester City. I'm not sure if he's going to be retiring soon. He's played 562 games, scored 337 goals. His physicals have dropped off even though he's still fit. He's still got all his technical ability. He played 197 times for England, scoring 139 goals. Here we are with his career stats, and he had a long career. A long career. I mean, what's that? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 years at Man City. Last year is probably his drop-off. The year before that, he was still playing but struggling to score. He's still giving you a good game. He's still giving good average ratings, but he's at the end, isn't he? He's at the end, and hopefully retires a City player because he's had an amazing career. And I mean, if he went on his honours list, it'd take forever to try and go through all that. Look at that. I mean, he's a few runners-up, but he's won everything at club level. He's won everything on the international level as well. The 2 major ones anyway, hasn't he? As well. So, I mean, that's pretty special. Onto his biography, just in case you want to see, and you want to pause it and read it, you can have a good look on it, and it'll tell you what he's won and how many he's won. And he's pretty special. It might even tell you there any awards he's won. We'll have a look at the main ones. I want to see if he won PFA Young Player, Golden Boy in Europe, any Ballon d'Ors. They're the special ones. Over to his brother Abel Roscoe, who just has a great career, a great team, and like his brother, stayed at United his entire career. So that's pretty sweet. He's still on 300 grand a week. Still worth 28 million. Do you know what I mean? Wow, played 557 times, scored 291 goals, played for his country 180 times, scoring 131 goals. He can still be pretty proud of his career, even if his brother probably has beaten him. And looking at his playing history, it was great. He had some great seasons, but it looks like he dropped off maybe a year earlier, because his brother that year was when he stopped scoring many, but the year before he was still doing okay. Looks like he's been getting pushed out of the team for the last 2 years. It'd be interesting to see if he does retire. Don't know what they're going to do because, yeah, the legs are probably gone, but they've still got skill. They're still good players. Now, competition-wise, it looked like things got good towards the end. Maybe as he got older, a better young region team got formed around him, because at one point there was only one page, whereas now it's quite big. It does look like the last few years they won a lot more. Could he have caught his brother up? This is his biography, if you want to read it. I'm going to just write down a few main things. We're going to have a look at goals for club, country, titles, FA Cups, Carabao Cups, Champions Leagues, maybe Europa Leagues, and then international stuff, which probably did together, and just use that to compare. We'll start with some of the awards. I've got the Golden Boy, European Golden Boy. Cain won it, Abel won it, Cain won it, and then obviously after that they get 2 old. So Cain got 2 of them, Abel only got 1. When it came to the Adidas Golden Shoe, Cain won 1, Abel won it, and then if you look here, yeah, Cain won it 4 years on the run before his brother nicked 1 back. Yeah, Cain's definitely got 1 up in the awards. Over to Best Player in Europe, Cain won his first one in 21, and then won it again a couple of years later. Abel, Cain, Abel. Abel, Cain. So, yeah, I think Cain's definitely edging it. Oh, Abel got another one up there. I might have got that already, but they're sharing them out. Onto the Ballon d'Or, the big one. And Ronaldo won it in 2020. You're joking. Cain won one, Abel won it, Cain won it. So Cain's 2-1 on Ballon d'Ors. He got Mbappe's and all that lot. Cain won another 3. So Abel only ever won the Ballon d'Or once. Right then, so the lads retired. Not long after that. That's probably why they let their dad go. They retired. And they both become managers, but they're both crap managers. There's no need to look at any more. It's all about who won. Now, it ended up being pretty interesting, I can't lie. So, I've got my little pad here. And we'll have a look. Right. So, Cain, the City player, he scored 337 goals for his club and 139 goals for his country. His brother scored 291 for his club and 131 for his country. So, when it came to goals, Cain definitely scored more. Premier League titles. Cain won 9, which is freaking amazing. And his brother won 7. Abel won 7 titles. A lot of them were the last 5 years. They won 5 on the run. So fair enough. Onto our FA Cups. Cain won 3. But finally, his brother, Abel, won more. He won 6. He won 6 FA Cups. Going on to the Carabao Cup. Cain won 2. And Abel won 3. So, he's got more medals, just not as many goals, maybe. Yeah. Onto the Champions League, though. One of the big ones when you're for club level. Cain won 3 Champions Leagues. Abel won 5. He kicked ass. End of his career, he kicked some ass. And to add a bit of insult to injury, he also won a Europa League. So he won 6 club European titles. His brother only won 3. And apart from that, they both won the World Cup and they both won the European Championships. So there we go, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough to smash the like button and subscribe if you've not subscribed already. It's up to you to decide. I think Cain probably edged it, even though, well, Cain had most awards, didn't he? He's won loads of awards, scored more goals. I mean, but the only competition he won more of was the Premier League. He won 2 more. The rest of it, his brother dominated. Abel dominated. He had a great career at the end, Abel. Like a late bloomer, wasn't he? But I think they both had amazing careers. And you'd like to know they're still not friends. No, they still absolutely hate each other. They hate each other. Christmas, honestly, it's not nice round at the Roscoe house. But yeah, thanks for taking time out your busy day to watch this. I really do appreciate it. If you're bored, go and watch all my other content. You've been amazing. I've been Bood. I'll see you next time.